If you have any techniques of meditation that you are familiar with, I definitely encourage you to play with it while you're in your float. One of the biggest mistakes that we make when we're using a technique though is we apply too much pressure within ourselves. If you do that, it will likely interfere with the experience. I recommend being gentle and just to have trust and faith that the technique does work over time. It just requires practice. If you have no experience, do not worry, that will probably serve you well. There are a lot of techniques out there and we often make it a lot more complicated than it has to be. Most of them have a very similar essence. You're mostly distracting the mind from going into all that chatter by drawing your attention and concentrating on one specific thing. The most common thing that people use as a technique is just the breath. So what I recommend doing is just breathe naturally, like you've been breathing the last couple minutes without controlling it. Just do nice gentle inhales and nice gentle exhales. Just let the cadence of your breath be whatever it is going to be. But what you're going to do up here is you're going to pay attention. You're going to become aware of all the sensations in your breathing that you're feeling and you're experiencing every moment, every breath that you're taking. You're going to subtly feel your whole body rise and fall in the water. You're going to feel the air as it goes down into your lungs, expands and comes all the way back out. Just stay connected with it as much as you can. While you're doing that though, you could be in your breathing, bagels, bananas, groceries, and our thought is going to veer off into something. And that's okay. That is going to happen. And at some point you will catch yourself and you will just bring it back and start over again. I always encourage not to have a negative conversation with yourself or be very critical of yourself, because this is a repetition. This repetition over and over again of drawing your attention back to that concentration is going to make you stronger, and that is what the practice is all about. So breathing is one of the most common techniques. Other techniques include scanning the body, releasing tension. It could be the repetition of phrases and affirmations or mantras. It could even just be prayer. There are a lot of techniques out there. If you were interested in exploring these any further, the internet is a great place to start. Just keep in mind, less pressure is going to be better for the practice. And when it comes to understanding these techniques and their relationship to meditation, Alan Watts does a great job of explaining this. If you imagine ourselves on this island of consciousness right now, when we're using these techniques, it's like we're going on a raft and we're setting sail. All of a sudden, we may find ourselves on this invisible island of meditation, of deeper consciousness, of the pocket is how I call it. Once you're on this island and you're exploring this, we have usually abandoned the raft. We're no longer in our breathing. We're no longer scanning the body. We've left it behind. We're just present in that space of meditation. But just like this, we can snap back to that island of consciousness, and that's okay. All we do is we go back on that raft and we set sail again. While you're in that raft though, if you figuratively had a paddle and you start to paddle faster, it is pointless, it is futile. It's not going to accelerate you getting into that island of meditation any faster. You need to have faith. You need to not pressure it and just trust that you will discover that island at some point when you're ready. I hope this has helped you understand meditation, the techniques just a little bit further. If you have any questions, please let me know. Happy floating. Take care.